Okay guys, so here's the rockers all welded on. I got them on both sides. This is the passenger side. I didn't make any videos while I was doing it. I just wanted to get her done. But we ended up going with one big weld right here, which worked out pretty damn good. I just took the replacement ones and I cut off where it goes up and over the door sill, because it only goes up there and there anyway in little patches. Actually, I think the rear one's really short. But I just zipped off that with my cut-off wheel on that seam on the new ones, held it up there, scribed my line, and I cut like that much below my line, and I overlapped it by that little 1/8 inch, and then I put a good weld. You can see my penetration whatnot there. Anyway, I did a good weld all the way across there, welded it up and around there, welded it back there with spot welds, and then I did my spot welds all the way across the bottom. Oh yeah. And I got my Duraglass down there and there over top of the welds to make sure it's waterproof. I sanded that down with 80 grit. I got to tape off where I want to go here with the truck bed liner, and then I'll sand that with 80 grit up to the tape line, and we're going to be applying the truck bed liner with a roller. And yeah, so the beauty behind the truck bed liner is the fact that you can leave it in this really tough, durable, waterproof Duraglass. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect straight. It could have little dips, not dips, but little low spots across, just really tiny little low spots, because the truck bed liner is going to go on so textured, and I'm going to do 2 coats, that it's going to have texture in it anyway. So the little dippity doodads that you have left, or sand scratches or anything in your bodywork, all gets filled in, and it all looks uniform. And on top of that, the truck bed liner is a hell of a lot more durable than base coat, clear coat could ever be. So it's a win-win. It's a win, because I don't have to fucking work my ass off finishing that and making it look perfect with Bondo and fucking glaze, making it all look perfect down in there. And it's going to be more durable than it was to begin with. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting those big long plastic hoses that go on a spray can and spray 360, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go up and I'm going to spray, and then I'm going to go up in there and I'm going to spray, and if the hose doesn't reach in there, I'll probably tuck the hose down in that hole and try to spray the middle. You never get 100% with those little hoses, but anything is better than nothing, especially on the inside of this rocker. So that's where I'm at now. I just wiped all this down with thinner so my tape will stick real good, and I'm going to go and I'm going to mask off my line starting right there, and then I'm probably going to come up a little bit, come right across the bottom of that there. I'm going to come right across the bottom of that sill, right across there, right across the bottom of that sill, and I'm going to come straight across that line right there, and then the fender covers it, so I'm just going to go up and over my weld and coat that whole corner, because the fender here just goes right over it, so all you'll see is this nice line straight across there, whoop, or yeah, straight across here. Anyway, I'm going to tape this shit. Okay guys, I got my truck bed liner on and I unmasked it. It's pretty good thick stuff there. Oh yeah. But I want to show you the technique I'm using here. I used a foam roller. I'll show you that in a bit when I show you the product I used. I used a foam roller and I rolled on 2 coats. And as you can see, it is pretty well textured, which is exactly what I wanted. Now what I'm going to do here is, this is really textured. I just want to calm it down a little bit. What I'm going to do, if I can set this camera up here on this chair, I don't know if I can. Like that. I'm going to take this cheapo brush I got for $2.50 up at the surplus store, and I'm just going to take it and I'm going to lightly go over the truck bed liner as it's setting up. It's still a little gooey, but it's not as wet as when I just applied it. I'm going to run this brush over top of the texture in one direction, and then I run it over again in the opposite direction. And when you run it this way, it kind of picks up and lumps them all this way. It flattens them out, but it lumps them. And then when you go back over it, it takes those lumps, and that's when you get your flattening effect. Because I mean, on the inside of a truck bed, of course you're going to want a shitload of sticky little texture, because everybody likes that shit. But let's see if you guys can still see me. But on a rocker panel on something like a car, I mean, you don't want that shit sticking out like a sore thumb. You want it to look like a rocker panel coating, a texture, not a fucking really rough shit, you know what I mean? So I just run the brush over it until I get it nice and pretty flat, you know, till it looks the way that I want it to look. And this is just a dry brush. I didn't dip it in the truck bed liner or nothing like that. It was just a dry brush. I already did the other side, and then I came over here with it and flattened the texture out. So now what we got here is this. Here's what we got going on. Still a nice texture, but it's not as pronounced. I don't know how, whatever the fucking word is I'm looking for. It's not as stickler as it was before. Whatever, bear with me. I can't find the right word. But that's the way I want it. It's good 2 coats. And if you guys look up under here, I also coated the inside of the pinch weld. Oh, and a good 2, 3, maybe 4 inches out from the pinch weld. Caked it all up. Oh, with some 2K wherever the roller could fit up in, some little lips it wouldn't. And then I also got, let me get up off the floor. I also got down in here on both sides that little pocket here by the rear well. Right in here is that pocket. I coated all that. So this repair is pretty much finished. I just got to put the doors back on and do my undercoating on the inside of the rockers. But yeah, this one came out nice. I'm really happy with this, and I'm sure my family member, Sean's brother, will be too. Oh yeah. Here's the Focus. All done, guys. It's got black rockers now. Nice and clean. No more rust on the rocker anyway. That's what we're looking at here. When you open the door, nice line across there. Then we got a nice line right across there, and it goes right down and into the lip. It's got real good texture. This truck bed liner gets super fucking hard, and it should be really good protecting from the road salts and mud and shit like that. But that's what we got, guys. Nice clean Ford Focus with no more rusty rockers. Not too bad, not too bad.